Welcome to Living Chassidus. Together, let's live the Chassidus we learn.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning. 15 minutes to hopefully change our lives. Hanukkah edition. This shiur and this whole week's learning is sponsored by Devar Kaperlowitz in Lulu Nishmas Veli Bas Yitzchak on a 17th yard site. I'm sure Veli is having a lot of nachas from all of our learning, and a mitzvah Shemot learning how it spreads onto the internet and it goes to so many places and so many opportunities for people to listen, to learn, and to live with the lessons of this week's shiur, and that should help with the list and the neshama and the nachas that the neshama is getting, that we're learning in her merit. Okay, so let's go and start to learn the next section of the Sikha. Okay. Yeah, and you can watch the last episodes for the other parts. I don't want to get into it too much. Okay, next section. Ois Tesava L'Kudas Sichos Chanukah in Parshas Miketz. Mitzvos Ner Chanukah Sheidim Mikol Mitzvos B'Shnayim. The mitzvah of Ner Chanukah is different than the rest of the mitzvahs in two ways. What are the two ways? Let's see. Aleph b'chol ha-mitzvos yeshno haderech shel kiyum mitzvah kitikuna, v'yesh gam haderech shel hidur mitzvah, aval ein hidur min ha-hidur. So in every mitzvah, and this is a very interesting part, every mitzvah, you have the way it's set, and also there's the way you do a hidur mitzvah, but you don't have a hidur min ha-hidur. Meaning like this. Let's do some background. Chanukah, it says in the Gemara, there's a lot of different options of lighting the menorah. First, we have, everyone knows the Beis Shammai Beis Hillel. The Beis Shammai says you go from 8 down. Beis Hillel says you go from 1 to 8. There's an opinion you just do one every day, and that's like the bare minimum. Then there's like everyone lights one, and then you have, and I think that's a hidur mitzvah, and the hidur mitzvah and mahadrin min mahadrin we light every day from 1 to 8. That's the mahadrin min mahadrin. And what's wild about it is I don't think there's any other mitzvah in Judaism that we do mahadrin min mahadrin. That every year, you go to anyone that don't know much about the Gemara or anything, the only way you light the menorah is the way we do it. But the way we're doing it is mahadrin min mahadrin. On a technical sense, you could light one person for the whole family, one candle every day, and that'd be enough. That'd be fulfilling the mitzvah. But we all do lechatchila mahadrin min mahadrin, and there's no other mitzvah that you can find that we do it this way. You go to buy an esrog, you go to the store. There's no science of mahadrin min mahadrin, and generally, the variety of people paying the mahadrin min mahadrin is crazy expensive. Or even adasim that they're becoming more expensive. There's a lot of options. Not everyone is buying the mahadrin min mahadrin. There's no thing the all mahadrin min mahadrin. The menorah is so mahadrin min mahadrin that no one even knows that it's mahadrin min mahadrin. That's how you light the menorah. It's very interesting. And the proof to this, like it says in the Gemara, hidur mitzvah ad kama, how much you have to do to become a hidur mitzvah. Ad sholish. And afterwards says the Gemara, she'ad shalish mishalei mikam elech mishalei baruch. After 3 it's already deibishtus. So nimsa if it comes out she'efshar lehader leloi shiur v'chazeh yechalel b'hidur mitzvah. According to this, the rest of it is saying to God, so you can keep on doing the mitzvah better and better, but to no end, but it wouldn't be mahadrin and mahadrin, it would just be hidur. Because remember, after 3, Gemara says, it's all God's. So whatever you're doing, it's not making mahadrin, it's making mahadrin. L'umat zeh, is missing Chanukah, yeshno, loy rak mitzvahs atzmo, loy rak hidur mitzvah, ki'im, igam, mahadrin and mahadrin. Whereas Chanukah already have not just the mitzvah itself, not just the hidur mitzvah, but the mahadrin min mahadrin. That's the first difference we see in Chanukah versus the rest of the mitzvahs. And secondly, b'chol mitzvahs mikayim roiv ha'am es etzem mitzvah bilvad. Ve'elu b'nei Chanukah minhag kol Yisrael l'kaim lo'rak es mitzvah atzma ki'im gam zehidu v'af hidu mehadrim nehadrin. And the second thing, and all the mitzvahs that most people fulfill is just the mitzvah itself. Meaning, like in this case, you would say you'd light one candle. But the minhag Yisrael that all the Jewish people do is to fulfill not just the mitzvahs itself, but the hidur mitzvah, not just the hidur, mehadrim nehadrin. So first of all, we're saying that the possibility of that b'chal exists, and that we actually do that. It's very, very interesting that Hanukkah has this thing and this power, this effect. So let's understand this a little bit. There's two main miracles of Hanukkah. One miracle is Nitzach Milchama. Shalav Hitiknu es Halva. So we say Halal and Hida. Why? Because of the miracle. We won the war. The miraculous, very miraculous victory. And after they won the war, the Yidden had rulership over the Beis Midrash for another 200 years. So this was a pretty wild victory, beating the Greek army, which is wild. And to such an extent that they had control over itself for 200 years. That's the first miracle. And the second miracle, Neis Pach Hashemen, Shebiglalei, Hiskinu, Hitkinu, Es Hadlak Neis. And the second miracle, which is the oil miracle, finding the oil, and because of that, we like the menorah. So we have three things that we do in Hanukkah. We like the menorah, we say Hallel, and Al Nisim. Now, the reason I say Hallel and Nisim is because of the miracle. Because of the miracle of the war. And the Hadlakas Neir is because of the miracle of the oil. But the Mahadrim and Mahadrim aspect we talked about before is only applying itself to the lighting of the menorah, not the Hallel and the Al Nisim. Which is connected specifically, like we said, to the oil. So what's the advantage over the miracle of the oil versus the miracle of the victory of the war? Which is why we can do it Mahadrim and Hadrin versus the other ones we don't. Who understands by understanding three types of ways interaction from Hashem from above. So let's just repeat what we said, then make sure everyone has it clear, and then we can go on to the next stage. So basically what we're saying is Hanukkah has this interesting aspect of it, which you don't find anywhere, which is the aspect of Mahadrim and Mahadrim, that maybe people didn't even realize. But when you light the menorah, the way we light it today, that's according to the definition of the Gemara, that's the Mahadrim and Mahadrim. The top best tier way to do it, which you don't find any other mitzvah this way. Like it says in the Gemara that after three it's all Hashem. So you can do a hiddur mitzvah. We've heard the concept of hiddur mitzvah, but mahadrim and mahadrin, it's only by Hanukkah we have it this way. That's the first point, and the second point is that's how everyone fulfills it. That the whole way that everyone fulfills it, which you don't find anywhere, is this concept of mahadrim and mahadrin. We all fulfill this way. People don't know that there's other options. Baruch Hashem, maybe if they knew, they would do other things. But that's what we're saying. That's the first thing. And we're saying, and the miracle that we celebrate on Hanukkah is really two things: is the victory of the war, and it's the finding the oil and lighting the menorah. Now, what's interesting is how do we celebrate the victory of the victory of the war? We celebrate it with saying Hallel in davening, and we say Al Nisim. But the victory of and finding the oil, that's with lighting the menorah. Now, in the concept of Hanukkah, which aspect do we have the Mahadrim and Hadrin? It's not in the Hallel, it's not in Al Nisim. Where is it? It's only lighting the menorah. So we see that finding the oil is more special, it's more precious, there's something unique about it, even more than the victory of the war. So to understand this, we have to understand the next bits. So we have to understand by purposing that's how it works, how above things work. There's three sort of general ways. Let's see. You have first of all, Allah Banhag is activist, a sort of a natural way, quote unquote. Shehi Atma Asuya Liyos Mutzlachas, that is meant to be successful. But it's success by nature. That's one level. Then you have the second level on Hagas Nisus, which is a miraculous way. Hanayas, which is above nature. On such a level, was this victory of the war of Hanukkah? Neshu Nailim Natev, which is above nature. Shikein Haya Zem, Yibayim El Chalashim, Maatim. They were much stronger than us, and they were much powerful, more powerful than us. To beat the Greek army was a crazy victory. It was clearly a miracle. Ilu Haya Az Gibayim Gibayim Gamatzlacha. If it was strong versus strong, that'd be like the first level. That'd be according to nature. That victory that we had with the victory of the war was above nature. That's, so to speak, how in Shemaim works naturally, like we live life. And then there is which is like the victory that they had of winning the war. Now, what's the oil, the third level? And Hagas and Adis Minanes, which is above a miracle. What's above miracle? It's not required from anything of the body. Not even the neshama. Ella davar shel hidur hamizbate binyani neshama. It's a hidur that comes out for itself in the neshama. That was the miracle of finding the pure oil. Davar shahaya karuch v'neshama, which is like deep in the neshama. You can't live now. Hayav shel adlik gam shemen tamei mishum shetuma dechuyam oy hitara b'tzibur henes haya kedei lirois chivasam shel yisom. Now, whereas it comes to the miracle of finding the oil, the miracle is totally above everything. For one of the simple reasons, because by nature, according to Allah, if everyone if you don't have any other oil, you can light with non-pure oil. But the specialness of the relationship with us and Hashem with us, and this whole miraculous type of victory wasn't just above nature; it was way above and beyond. Because above nature is the victory, and then we can just light them in whatever oil that we can use until we find more pure oil. But we can keep them and start lighting it. But the Yidden, because the whole victory of the war was such an extent, they said, well, after all this, we're going to light with some contaminated oil. Chas v'shalom, we're going to go find, and then manage to find, because essentially there's always this jug of pure oil that you can never lose. And this is the Vayda was saying. I think we'll go try to run a little more. And now let's bring it down a little bit. What does this mean for us? We're saying there's nice high level, that there's nature in Shemayim, and there's above nature, which is the miracle of the winning the Greek army. And then there's totally above, which is finding this pure olive oil that's not even needed, required halachically to light them there, but because of the specialness and the relationship with us and Hashem was so strong, Hashem made sure we found it. These are three types of ways that we serve Hashem. Which bring out these three types of love we talked about. You have Hanagat Tibis, you have the natural way, which is like doing Torah mitzvahs. If you go according to Hashem's statutes, and Hashem will give you the reward for doing the mitzvahs. The rest of the rewards. Then you have Hanhaga Nisas, you have a miraculous way. Which is through the Hidur mitzvah. You don't say to yourself, what's the minimum requirement for the mitzvah? What's the Hidur mitzvah? He tries to fill the mitzvahs in a beautifying way. So Hashem gives back to you in that beautifying way, which is above nature. So you have the natural way, which is what's the minimum? As people, someone told me, a guy comes to his rabbi, just tell me what I need to do. I don't care. Don't give me the sparas or this or that. I just want to know what's the minimum. Just tell me what I need to do. So that's like the minimum. Then you have not sort of the nature. Then you have the deeper level, which you do a behidur mitzvah. That like, how do I do this nicely? I don't just go to the Esrog store, whatever. Give me whatever cheapest thing you got. But I come, I look and I think about it. Shabbos, try to make things special. Try to give cheshivos to Torah mitzvahs. So when that happens, we do that. God reciprocates that love. But the third level, the oil, is about Mesiras Nefesh. Which is even above Hiddur Mitzvah, which tomorrow, Mr. Hashem, we're going to explain how this means for us, this level of Mesiras Nefesh. But so we're saying, just to recap, they're saying there's 3 levels. There's the nature level, which is like how it works above. Then there's the miracle level, which is like the miracle of the victory. And how does it express itself within us? That's when we do mitzvahs with the Hiddur. But then there's finding the oil, which is way above and beyond anything, which the way it expresses within ourselves is Mesiras Nefesh. To be continued tomorrow. Have a great Chanukah, everybody, and you should have only brachos.
Happy birthday, Rabbi Weiss.